You need to buy these right now.
A lot of times, we get fixated on an item like a skin, case, or sticker, just because we heard somebody saying, buy these right now. Let us instead learn how to choose our own investment for best profit. I am going to tell you a way to judge how a past investment has performed, how to compare different investments, and how you can predict which current investment is most likely to give you the best return in future. This is Crest, and let's get started. What is ROI? I'm sure most people know what that is, or even if they don't, they have been calculating it without knowing there is a specific term for it. In any case, according to Investopedia, return on investment, that is ROI, is a performance measure used to evaluate the efficiency or profitability of an investment or compare the efficiency of a number of different investments. ROI tries to directly measure the amount of return on a particular investment relative to the investment's cost. So, what ROI does is, it takes into account the amount you spent to procure or purchase a particular item, and whenever you sell it, irrespective of the time you held on to the invested item, ROI tells you the exact amount of profit you made in percentage. How to calculate ROI? ROI can be calculated using a simple formula. That is, ROI is equal to current value of the item minus cost of the item divided by cost of the item, and then multiplying the result by 100. Let me explain this with an example. Before I give you the example, I would like to tell you that for the purpose of simplicity and relevance, I am going to limit the holding period of investments to between 1 to 2 years. So, let's get to it. We are going to take the famous AK-47 Fire Serpent as an example. Who doesn't love the skin? Well, let us assume that you bought an AK-47 Fire Serpent in field-tested condition 2 years ago. If you bought it at around $250 and sold it recently, that is 2 years later, at around $1,000, your cost of investment becomes $250 and the current value of your investment becomes $1,000. Let's apply the formula to calculate ROI. Subtracting the cost of investment from the current value, that is subtracting $250 from $1,000, gives us $750. Now, dividing $750 by the cost of investment, that is $250, we get 3. Multiplying 3 by 100 gives us 300. So, your return on investment would be 300%. Why is ROI relevant to CSGO market? Now that we've understood what ROI is and know how to calculate it, let's understand why it is relevant for investing into CSGO market. If you are an investor or would like to invest, ROI is one of the most important things that you need to know no matter what kind of a market you plan to invest into. The CSGO market is no exception. While investing into an item, what you must do without fail is research similar items from the past and see what kind of an ROI did it provide. Was the ROI good enough? Or are there items that could provide a much better ROI? For instance, we all know how the cases exploded in price with the removal of the non-prime drop pool, and the event is fresh in our memories. So, let's talk about a case for this example. If you bought the clutch case at least 2 years ago when it was at 3 cents and sold it when it peaked at 45 cents recently, your cost of investment would have been 3 cents. And the current value of your investment would be 45 cents. Now, using the formula, let's calculate the ROI. So that would be current value of investment, that is $0.45, minus cost of the investment, that was $0.03. That gives us $0.42. Dividing 0.42 with the cost of the item, that is 0.03, gives us 14. Multiplying this by 100 gives us 1400. So, your ROI would be 1400%. That is huge. Well, hold your horses and let's see a couple of more examples. For the next example, let us choose a team paper sticker from a major 2 years ago. Let us pick the Navi paper sticker from Katowice 2019. If you bought right after the stickers or capsules went on sale, it would have cost you around $0.28. And if you sold it a year and 3 months later during the huge spike last summer at $5.44, your cost of investment would be $0.28 and current value of investment would be $5.44. Subtracting cost of investment from current value of investment gives us 5.16, and dividing it by the cost of investment, that is 0.28, we get 18.428, that is roughly 18.43. Multiplying it by 100 gives us 1843. So the ROI in this case would have been 1843%. Let us consider weapon skins for our next example. Heading over to the Steam community market, let us try to find a skin with similar holding period, that is between 1 and 2 years. Now, thinking about it, Operation Shattered Web was released on November 18th, 2019, a year and 8 months ago. And as we know, along with it came 3 skin collections, namely Norse, St. Mark, and Canals collections. Let's pick the most popular Norse collection. Let's choose Factory New for the sake of convenience. Out of the results, we could pick anything. I am going with the SG553 Barricade. Nothing striking about it. Not a great looking skin either. Looking at the sale graph now, if you bought it during the operation, you could have got it for $0.07, and a year and a half later, in May 2020, you could have sold it for $3.15. So, in this case, your cost of investment would have been $0.07, and current value of investment a year and a half later would have been $3.15. Let us calculate the ROI here. 3.15 minus 0.07 is equal to 3.08. Dividing 3.08 by the cost of investment, that is 0.07, gives us 44. Multiplying it by 100 gives us 4400. And so, your ROI would have been 4400%. That is, your profit, excluding the amount you invested, would have been 44 times the amount you invested. Interesting, isn't it? How does this help you? Well, I think you can figure out which amongst 300%, 1400%, 1843%, and 4400% is better. Although I have only taken one example from 3 different types of investments, I have only talked about perfectly timed investments and limited the holding period to 2 years. This was solely an attempt to help you understand how important thinking in terms of ROI actually is, and how you can calculate it for any investment, which in turn would help you get a much better understanding of whether investing into a particular item at this moment could be profitable or not. All you need to do is find a similar item from past, calculate its ROI from a similar point, and find out how it has performed since then. The expected return on the current investment should be somewhat similar. Also, you can use the ROI to compare different investments, which is a wonderful tool when trying to figure out which investment opportunity right now could be the most profitable. I could probably do an in-depth comparison of ROIs from different items and how to apply that to calculate expected profits from current investments, but that would take a long time and is definitely out of the scope of this video. Maybe later, I'll make a separate video for it. It's time to announce the winner of the giveaway. I wanted the procedure of picking the winner to be completely randomized without bias, so I simply went to commentpicker.com. Start raffle, and the winner is... Congratulations! I would be contacting you shortly after posting this video with details on how to receive the M4A4 Global Offensive, so make sure to check your email. And now about the next giveaway. It's going to be a field-tested AK slate with 4 RMR 2020 phase foils. As you might have noticed in this video, there's a game going on in the background. Let us assume all the weapon skins seen in the video are stat track and field tested. What you need to do to enter the giveaway is tell me in a comment to this video which is the most expensive AK-47 skin seen in parts of the game visible in this video. So, if you think it's the Vulcan, your comment must contain hashtag most expensive space Vulcan. If it's the fire serpent, your comment must contain hashtag most expensive space fire space serpent. Thank you everyone for watching. Every view, every like, every comment, and every subscriber means a lot to me. If you did not like the video, please help me improve by leaving a suggestion on how to make my videos better. If you did like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. It will help me stay motivated to make more videos regularly and put in more effort so that I can improve with each video. This is Crest, and I'll be back soon.